Next on Worcester News Tonight, bad weather causing a 3-alarm fire at a home in Webster tonight, leaving it a total loss. Plus, a first-of-its-kind art exhibit at a local college centered around immigration on display tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. A lightning strike causing a 3-alarm fire in Webster tonight. Multiple towns and states responding to the fast-moving flames. Webster Fire Chief Brian Hickey says this hot weather can make their job even more dangerous. Our Brittany Schaefer was there tonight. She has the details. Brittany?
Anna, 3 firefighters had to be transported to the hospital, 2 for dehydration and 1 for falling through a staircase. Hickey says the weather poses a big challenge when fighting this fire. 3 firefighters are hospitalized after battling flames at this multifamily home in Webster.
One guy fell through the floor, going to the second floor. They're all going to be okay. It's just a matter of getting them checked out for their well-being, that's all.
The other 2 men were suffering from dehydration, but all 3 are expected to be okay. Webster Fire Chief Brian Hickey says the warm temperatures make their job difficult.
Very difficult. I mean, you're standing out here, you're sweating yourself, so you can imagine with all the gear that's on right now, you get dehydrated pretty quickly.
They're burning a lot of calories, the high heat, plus the heat of the fire. That's why we keep a strong eye on them. We get them right into the rehab and let them cool down a little bit.
Hickey says the homeowner called 911 saying his house had been struck by lightning. He says the flames spread quickly throughout the home.
The roof collapsed in a couple of times in a couple of different spots. We had to tear down all the walls, all the ceilings to get up to it. By that time, it broke through into the attic and through the roof.
Multiple fire departments from multiple states responded to the 3-alarm fire. Hickey says the added help makes a big difference.
Working in these conditions is very strenuous on these people, so we're just trying to keep everybody safe, keep everybody healthy so they go home tonight.
3 families live inside the home, but all made it out safe. Unfortunately, Hickey says the home is a total loss. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester police investigating a possible stabbing on Bancroft Street Thursday afternoon. While police haven't confirmed what exactly happened, neighbors tell us there was a fight between multiple people and someone was stabbed. Detectives were seen taking pictures and placing items into evidence bags. Detectives were also inside the second floor of this 3-decker. A major portion of the road was closed during the investigation. Switching gears now, it's Pride Week in Worcester, and the city is celebrating with events each day. Today, a pride flag was raised outside of City Hall to honor the LGBTQIA+ community. The events continue tomorrow with the LGBTQ+ pageant at Fiddler's Green at 7 p.m. Artists from the Worcester community came together tonight at Assumption College for an art exhibit on immigration. Some of the art on display includes sculptures, photography, and paintings. Assumption hosts a number of exhibits each year, but visiting Assistant Professor of Arts and Design Lynn Simmons says this is the first time it has sponsored an event on immigration. Assumption alum Ann Harris was one of the artists displaying her work. She was inspired by her grandmother, who had to flee her native country of Lithuania and leave everything behind due to the Soviet occupation in 1944.
For me, it's very emotional and it's very important, and I feel like I'm kind of living her legacy of this untold story that I still have so much to learn about. So I'm happy to represent the college at a time where the arts major was taken away. So I'm happy that we can still support the arts here. So
the art exhibit will run through November 15th. A Sturbridge jeweler is getting both backlash and support for a billboard the store put up on Route 20. The advertisement is a play on the NFL's national anthem protests. And while some see it as a lighthearted joke, the business has also received its share of threats over the ad. Our Cam Jandro has the story.
If you're going to take a knee this season, please have a ring in your hand. It's the message on Guerreri Jewelers' billboard on Route 20, and it isn't getting the response they expected.
People are going to say we're all going to show up and urinate all over your sidewalks, and it was like, I just can't understand this.
The billboard is a play on the NFL kneeling protests. It depicts a man kneeling on a football field proposing. Last season, dozens of NFL players took a knee during the national anthem in a protest against racism and social injustice. But store owner Scott Guerreri says the ad doesn't take any stances.
It was never meant to be hate. It was never meant to be racist. It was, it was just a billboard.
Guerreri's daughter, Alexandria O'Brien, manages the Sturbridge business. She says the message is meant to stick out more than surrounding advertisements.
It's a marketing. I have 6 seconds to get your attention when I do a billboard, and I have even less than that if you're traveling when the light is green.
O'Brien says people on social media have threatened to vandalize the store and even told her to commit suicide. Despite all the negativity, she says the billboard is just doing its job.
They don't know that there's a billboard on the side of ours. They don't even know what it is. And so ours is working. I'm getting your attention.
The billboard has been on Route 20 for less than a week, and the store has already received hundreds of calls about it, good and bad. They say they've done nothing wrong.
People need a little humor in their life. And if you can't laugh at life a little bit, really everything has to be taken so seriously. And
to be honest, it's a play on words. It's really nothing besides that.
Now, Guerreri says he has no regrets putting the billboard up, and regardless of the backlash, he's going to keep it right where it is here on Route 20 in Charlton. He expects it to be there for the majority of the 2018-2019 NFL season. In Charlton, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
The Quaboag Regional Middle High School remains closed Thursday, days after mold was discovered inside the building. The district superintendent is already making changes to the school's calendar and says he is hopeful at least part of the building will be open for classes next Tuesday. He hopes test results will show the dangerous levels of mold are gone. Staff has been working around the clock to clean the school. Students were originally scheduled to start earlier this week. It's not just a place to read anymore. The new Webster Public Library features community rooms and more technology. The library officially opened for business earlier this week. The old library was almost 100 years old and located in the same spot as the new building. The library director says complete demolition and construction took about 2 years. She says she's excited to see the new library put to good use.
It's more of a gathering center than just a place to check a book out. And I think that's really important, and Webster especially doesn't really have a general community space, so this is kind of double a library and that for the town. I think it's going to be great.
The total project costs about $12 million. An initiative to help first responders stock up with tools to help children in crisis is being piloted with the Auburn Police and Fire Departments. Project Nova's badges and books will supply books and stuffed animals to help distract children involved in a traumatic situation. Our Olivia Lemon has the story.
18 bags are donated to the Auburn Fire and Police Departments Thursday. Inside are books and stuffed animals.
The books were specifically chosen to meet the child's needs. They're about anxiety, worry.
Project Nova is launching their new program, Badges and Books. President Michelle Spano says the goal is to provide a distraction to children who are involved in a traumatic situation.
Research shows that children who are witness to or involved in a traumatic crisis situation, their brain can actually physically be rewired, which puts them at a higher risk of anxiety, depression, behavioral issues as they grow older.
Spano says giving a child a book or stuffed animal can help them escape the trauma, even if just for a moment.
I've experienced it numerous times where a child's been involved in a traumatic incident and they don't respond.
You can see that they look very nervous. You can see that they're unsure of their surroundings, unsure of exactly what's going on.
First responders say it's important for them to take a second to interact with kids who may be involved in a scary situation, and this program will allow them to do so.
It makes them think a little bit more and say, somebody does care about me, and we do.
That was our Olivia Lemon reporting. Project Nova is hosting a fundraiser December 8th at St. Joseph's Parish Center in Auburn. All proceeds will go towards badges and books.